If January is the month of poorly kept resolution, February has to be the month of super low motivation. We start the year on a high note with our commitment to fitness in full swing. But by the end of the month, when we don't see the results, we get demotivated and stop trying. Welcome, ladies and gents, to another episode of the show that will get you back on track. Welcome to the Men's Health and Women's Health Show. On the show today, our brain doctor tells you why daydreaming is good for health. Women's Health launches a book with wellness guru to international celebrities, Dr. Isaac Mathai. And our restaurant spy gets romantic, goes spying on what to eat when you're on a date. First up is the story of a guy who fought debilitating arthritis as a child and went on to become a national level wrestler and then an actor. As Sangram Singh heads to South Africa for a do-or-die competition, he tells us what courage and determination is all about.
उस फाइट का नाम है कॉमनवेल्थ हेवीवेट चैंपियनशिप और ये फाइट होगी लास्ट मैन स्टैंडिंग। कुछ हो गया तो ये जिम्मेदारी खुद आपकी रहेगी। ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, डेथ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, इस पे साइन करने पड़ेंगे।
Yes, you heard it right. Olympian wrestler and Bigg Boss participant Sangram Singh is now getting back to wrestling after 3 long years, and how? He signed a death contract with the Commonwealth Heavyweight Championship, which is to be held on 28th of February at Port Elizabeth in South Africa, becoming the first Indian wrestler to have ever done so.
जिंदगी एक मिलती है छोटी सी, मेरे दिल से आवाज़ आती है कि ये काम मैं कर सकता हूँ, चाहे सभी मना करते हैं, उसके बावजूद मैं वही काम करता हूँ, दिल कहता है। फिर सोच के ये करके फिर मैंने ये स्टेप लिया कि नहीं यार, वापसी करते हैं तो एक धुआंधार करते हैं।
This contract essentially means that by the end of this lethal game, only one of the 2 players in the ring will be on his feet, and Sangram's opponent in the match will be the fiery Canadian wrestler Joe Legend.
तो पायल को इन सबको पता चला, फिर धीरे धीरे सबको पता चला। फिर मेरी माँ जो सारे सिंपल हैं कि क्या कर रहा है, पहले की बात और थी, अब तो तू बहुत कमज़ोर हो गया है। तो मैंने कहा नहीं, देखो हमने कहाँ से शुरुआत की है। एक आर्थराइटिस पेशेंट से शुरुआत की जो एक बिल्कुल व्हीलचेयर के उस पर थे, और वहाँ से स्टार्ट करके मालिक कहाँ तक लेके आया है। और सच बताऊँ, ज़िंदगी का नाम देना है, लेना नहीं है। जब एक मालिक आपको जरिया बना रहा है, उस जगह का इस जगह पे पहुंचा रहा है, तो मेरा फ़र्ज़ बनता है कि मैं सोसाइटी को, कंट्री को कुछ दूँ। अब कुछ अच्छा करने के लिए कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा। जब सामने वाला कर रहा है तो हमें भी करना चाहिए।
So how is Sangram preparing himself physically as well as mentally to go head on into something that can cost him his life? And what is his motivation behind signing up for this match?
अगर आप मेंटल स्ट्रॉन्ग हैं तो आप कुछ भी कर सकते हैं। और सच बताऊं, मेरी ज़िंदगी में कोई नो नाम का शब्द है ही नहीं। नो का मतलब है नेक्स्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी। ना मेरी ज़िंदगी में कोई एंड है। एंड का मतलब है एफर्ट नेवर डाई। ना मेरी ज़िंदगी में कोई फेल है। फेल का खुद मतलब होता है फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट इन्वेस्टिंग इन योर लाइफ। तो मैं कोशिश करता हूँ बड़े पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड के साथ कि जो होता है अच्छे के लिए होता है। इसमें प्राइज़ मनी अच्छा रहता है। उस प्राइज़ मनी से मैं कोशिश करूँगा कि जो अपकमिंग रेसलर हैं, जो कंट्री के लिए तैयारी कर रहे हैं, जो ओलंपिक के लिए तैयारी कर रहे हैं, जो 5 रेसलर छोड़ दो टॉप के, तो बाकी रेसलर सभी हम्बल फैमिली से आते हैं। तो कोशिश करूँ कि उनके लिए कोई जरिया बन पाऊँ रोजी रोटी का।
Here's hoping Sangram Singh emerges victorious in this match.
One of the world's top brain doctors, Professor Murli Doraiswamy of Duke University, continues his series on how you can make your brain sharper. Today's question, does daydreaming help, and how?
So Brain Doctor's question for the day, is daydreaming good for you or is it bad for you? Well, you know, when we were all growing up, remember being told that daydreaming is terrible for you? Have you heard that phrase? The idle mind is a devil's workshop. It turns out that most of that stuff is no longer true. Scientists have found in research studies done over the last 5 years that the brain actually has 2 types of networks. One is called a task-positive network. That is, when you're doing something very specific, like speaking, reading a book, or playing a game, there's a specific part of the brain that becomes active. But when you're doing nothing, just chilling out, relaxing, there's another network that comes alive in the brain called the task-negative network. It's almost like your car idling when you're not really driving. And scientists have shown that there is a very high correlation between creativity, problem solving, and the functioning of this task-negative network. The people who had more active task-negative network, in other words, people who spent more time daydreaming, were more likely to be creative, more likely to come up with great inventions, and more likely to find innovative new ways to solve problems that they could not solve earlier. So what are the 3 tips that I would suggest? 1, make sure you schedule some downtime where you're not just focusing on specific day-to-day tasks. Let your mind wander. Let your mind daydream. The second, the best places to daydream and let your mind wander are in nature. Because when you're in nature, you're relaxed and you're one with everything around you. The third thing is, if you're at work, it's not a bad idea if you have a problem that's vexing you, or if you're somebody that you have a memory lapse where you can't remember something, don't focus so hard on it. Sometimes less is more. Step back, just chill out, do something else, let your brain work in the background and it'll try to find the solution. An idle mind may actually be a genius's playground.
Health and fitness to me doesn't mean like going to the gym manically or anything. It's just about being conscious of what you're putting inside your body and what you're exerting out of your body. One thing that I'm regular with is swimming. Every day I try and swim for at least an hour. And I think that just keeps it doesn't really over-exercise your body. It just keeps your muscles toned, not really builds muscle. I do some yoga, especially in theater. You know, I do a lot of yoga, Ashtanga yoga. And then I like to go for a jog every once in a while. I like being outdoors basically a lot, so jogging is great. I've also done the occasional dance classes, which I find quite fun. There's a lot of food out there in the world, and I think it's exciting to try new stuff. Yes, I am a foodie. I love food, and it doesn't show on me yet, which is really great. My metabolism is still going strong. But I love trying new things. Like, I love any strange new food. I know it sounds really like snobby to be all organic, but I think the idea of organic is basically just simple food, just homegrown food that you find in your local area, not stuff that's been flown and frozen and flown and refrozen and then brought to your plate like after 6 months or whatever it is. So I think just be conscious of where your food comes from.
Our next story celebrates a book that, even at a modest estimate, can help you eliminate any health problem you've ever had. More importantly, it uses sciences and techniques of Indian origin that can make you sound of body and mind. Women's Health joins wellness expert to the stars, Dr. Isaac Mathai, as he releases his book, Holistic Healing. And the evening turns out to be very informative indeed.
We have with us today Dr. Isaac Mathai, world-renowned integrative health doctor. He runs Sokya. He is somebody who is conferencing in many venues at one point of time. And today we have here Dr. Mathai, who's just released his book, Holistic Healing. Dr. Mathai, will you tell us what exactly holistic healing means?
The mind-body-spirit connection and other systems of medicine can do a lot for a person's well-being and improvement of health and preventing diseases. That's the first focus. Then second area is when somebody has a disease, do they have other options of using homeopathy, Ayurveda, naturopathy, other systems of medicine along with the Western medicine? This both components will come together with a holistic healing concept.
And we experience that all the time, that we're not well, I have a headache, I have a stomach ache, and I just go to a medicine shop, get a pill and pop it. Is this right?
Instead of taking only chemical medicine, there are many alternatives. You can take a natural medicine, you can take homeopathic medicine, you can practice natural treatments. So this will all help a lot rather than keep on pumping chemical medicine. Ultimately, it is going to hurt your system because of side effects. Yes, we need Western medicine for good management of so many diseases, but Western medicine and traditional medicines are the working together is the future. So we have to make it as a national policy of doing it together.
Lastly, what are your tips on staying healthy and happy?
A happy mind will keep your system better, and also eating healthy food, drinking healthy water and drinking healthy way, and doing some exercises, yoga, and reduce your stress. Nobody can live without stress. So doing all this and balance your life with your work, with your family, with your fun, and eating properly, because majority of the people's diseases are now coming out of wrong eating or unhealthy eating.
Before we head into a short break, here's our now trending stat of the week. Cricketers, amongst other sports people, they say, are more prone to depression. Maybe that's why there's so much of superstition surrounding the game. But if you're not a player, just a viewer, here are 2 ways to stay fit even as you're glued to the TV. 1, keep your metabolism up. Push-ups, resistant bands, runs, do whatever it takes. And 2, snack wisely. Keep the sodium low, keep the protein high. You're watching the Men's Health and Women's Health Show, and I'm your host, Jamal Sheikh. Our restaurant spy this week goes celebrating the season of romance and tells you what you should and should not eat when on a romantic date. My question to her, when you're with someone you're really attracted to, should food really be the thing on your mind?
Have you been nervous, tensed and excited all at the same time when you're out on a date? Yes, it can be nerve-wracking and tricky, especially when you don't know what food to order and want to make an impression. So we thought to help you out a little today as we spy on our nutrition expert Lavneet Batra, who will be here with a date soon at the Fio Cookhouse and Bar in New Delhi. Let's see what she picks and ditches from the menu.
Date, you are nervous and excited, but food should not add on to that stress. So let's see what you can order and how to eat it on a date. Don't get intimidated by extensive menus. Order what you like and don't have a fear of being judged based on your food choices. And it never hurts to actually ask your date for the opinion. Time to build on conversations, start with slow foods such as soup and salad. But make sure your slow food is low in calorie density and not something like bread, papad and achar. It's a good idea to go for clear soups which are loaded with vegetables. Vegetables are high in fiber and antioxidants, and skip the creamy heavy soup which can make you feel sluggish. We've ordered tomato bruschetta and a mezze platter. one of the most popular appetizers. Tomato bruschetta, if you're going for it, don't go for more than 2 pieces to restrict your carb portions. It comes with tomato, which is high in lycopene, a very strong antioxidant, and mint, which is a natural detoxifier. But meze platter is a better option. It can help you slow down the pace of eating and enjoy a conversation with your date. It comes with hummus, which is made with chickpeas. Chickpeas, white chana, are a natural source of fiber and magnesium in the diet. Also, baba ganoush is made with eggplant, which is a source of fiber and antioxidants, and hunker dressing, which is a natural probiotic. But it is always advisable to enjoy it with fresh salads such as cucumber or carrot instead of feta crisps. Grilled chicken today, which is a safe bet. You can always order it with a side of grilled vegetables or a salad. And we have lamb chops. It could always be messy and put your date off, but well, that'll be your risk to take. For your main course, it's always a good idea to go for low-fat protein options instead of going for high-fat preparations such as dal makhani, pizzas or pastas, which can make you feel lethargic during your date. There's always a confusion between spaghetti and lasagna. Spaghetti cooked in olive oil is half the calories as compared to the baked lasagna. Baking does require cream and cheese. So if you're watching out for your fat content, pick the spaghetti and don't go for lasagna. But if you are opting for lasagna, opt for an option without cream, cheese and stuffed meat. It's a great idea to add vegetables to your pasta, but opt for fresh vegetables as opposed to canned or sun-dried tomatoes as they're very high in sodium. When it comes to dessert, it's very easy to get tempted by seductive labeling, and it can make you eat 25% more and make it taste better. But well, on a date, you can always share it. Love heals. When you eat with a loved one, it increases oxytocin levels in your body, which is a natural fat burner. You should eat what you love. A good meal or a date should never end in guilt or frustration. Go have fun, indulge wisely, and don't feel guilty.
With that, we come to the end of yet another episode. For more regular updates, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jamal Sheikh, and do keep that motivation up, for we'll never be happy with your fit, not until you're at your fittest.